Fears. We all have them. For some, it's spiders. Others, it's the ocean. And for some, it's people. What if one day you woke up in a world where none of these things could bother you? What if there were no people, no animals, and no bodies of water? The only exception is, this world is not a planet, but instead it's a space station located far from even the tiniest shred of civilization. In fact, there once was a population of people, but they've all disappeared. And since you've been asleep for 6 months, you have no idea where they went. Released in 1994, System Shock, developed by Looking Glass Studios, brings you fears that you didn't know you could have. Selling over 170,000 copies and making it into several Hall of Fame lists, the game struggled to compare to Looking Glass's predecessors like Ultima Underworld: The Stygian Abyss and Ultima Underworld 2: Labyrinth of Worlds in terms of economic success and general popularity. During its initial concept phase, the game's development team felt they had made too many dungeon games and decided it would be best to create a new setting for System Shock. It was initially proposed that System Shock be set in modern times. However, this idea was shot down when project programmer and director Doug Church claimed there would be too many questions regarding a player's freedom of action in-game. He suspected that consumers would wonder why they couldn't pick up the phone, or why they couldn't just get on the train and traverse the world that way. So instead, they set the game in the dark chasm of space in a cyberpunk interpretation of the year 2072. The development team wrote a new engine from scratch in C++ using 32-bit code, which allowed them to animate in true 3D. The new engine was capable of processing texture maps, sloped architecture, and light-emitting objects, as well as allowed the player to look in any direction, whereas past engines designed by Looking Glass were very limited in this regard. During the game's development, the team created a unique concept for a non-living villain based on the computer technology element of the game, and appropriately called it the Sentient Hyper-Optimized Data Access Network, or Shodan for short. Shodan has been described as a megalomaniac with a god complex that came about as a result of her moral restraints being removed from her programming. Shodan was brilliantly unique in comparison to other famous video game villains, as it affected the player's progression in non-absolute ways by utilizing the environment as a means of stifling the player instead of through direct confrontation. The game takes place on board a massive multi-level space station filled with various crevices to explore, puzzles to solve, and log files to collect. The emails and log files found on board the ship are what allow the player to progress through the game's main storyline, even though the plot is mainly non-linear in design. The player can also find and access computer terminals located throughout the ship and enter the wireframe world of cyberspace. In here, the player navigates a weightless environment and may run into some of Shodan's traps or security programs and be forced into combat. As for the player, they take on the role of a nameless hacker caught in the act on board the Citadel. Upon the player's arrest and seizure, they meet a man by the name of Edward Diego, an executive from the company Tri-Optimum, who owns the Citadel. Upon meeting Diego, the protagonist is offered freedom in exchange for hacking Shodan. To further entice the hacker, Diego offers up a special military-grade neural implant in addition to dropping any charges. When the protagonist agrees and hacks Shodan, disabling her security and handing over control to Diego, the hacker undergoes surgery to obtain the military implant as promised, but must remain in a 6-month medically induced coma in order to heal properly. Upon awakening from the coma, it is found that Shodan has taken control of the city. Hello everyone, my name is Retro FPS. I'm here today with System Shock. I am super pumped to get this game going. Let's see here. I'm just going to dive right in. Okay, so here it looks like you can adjust the difficulty of the individual aspects of the game, which is pretty cool. Enemies are normal, enemies are stronger. Plot is normal, time limit. Oh, cool. So if you want to be a speedrunner, you can totally do that. Very cool. Puzzles are more difficult. Yeah, really, like, you know, I need to make things harder on myself. Cyberspace, time limit, combat, controller easier, very easy time. I'll just leave it at normal, because, you know, I'm boring. Why not? Oh, I should probably enter in a name. Let's do retro FPS. Boop. Okay, so it looks like these are the controls, which are pixelated as all hell. Spacebar to continue game. Alt-0 brings the screen back. Alt-0 brings us back. Okay, cool, that's handy. Question mark shows keyboard commands. Okay, that's actually kind of on the nose, I like it. Question mark implies inquiry, so, you know. Held energy sockets for neurographed hardware. That's a mouthful. Left click on objects in inventory to select, double click to use, right button to remove, blah blah. Biometer or biometer, depending on what side of the fence you're from. Cool. Alright. I don't remember how to move around. I don't know how to do things. Am I getting up out of something? Am I moving? What do I do? Hello? Whoa. I'm pressing the letter E and it's... Oh, I'm leaning. Oh, that's... Whoa. How do I walk forward? Backward? Wait, the letter S makes... Okay, tell me if this makes sense. The letter S makes me go forward. The letter X makes me go backwards. Yet Q and E make me lean. W, as far as I'm aware, does nothing. A and D turn me left... Oh, okay, I guess that's kind of useful. But at the same time, why wouldn't I just use the mouse to do that? Fluorescent light. Okay, cool. I get that. Can I... Wow, that's going to be confusing. Page... Let's see, page down? No? Oh, I can scroll through my stuff. Very cool. Question mark. Or not. Question mark. You lied to me. Looking Glass, you lied to me. Okay. So, I actually don't know what I'm doing. I guess click and drag means I move around a little. Click. Oh. Okay. I guess that was... What was that? Medipatch Healing Agent. Effect Rapid Heal... Stop! I want to press WASD. I want to, like, place my fingers there naturally. Thanks to years of modern computer gaming and, you know, what? Stop. Get out of the corner. Stop. Okay. Standard access level required. Okay. So, how do I... Gonna use arrow keys? Oh, I can. Okay, I can use arrow keys instead. That seems a little bit wiser. I think I'll do that. But, what do I attack with? Or do I have weapons at all? E? Is it E? Use button? No? Spacebar is jump. Oh, I'm leaning again. That's right. I'm leaning back and forth. Dude, look at my little dude in the top left there. That's kind of awesome. That's a little indicator so I can tell if I'm drunk walking. Here we go. I'm just going to lean and walk. Oh, he comes back. Okay, he springs back naturally. I was wondering if they left that, like, as a flaw in the game. Anyways, how do I open the door? The door is locked. Okay. How do I unlock it? Double click to use button. Oh, you know, that thing that's been prompting me for the last 5 minutes? Double click to pick up lead pipe. Cool, let's bring up our screen. Oh, now I can't see. So I guess this here, what we're looking at, all this surrounding, well, noise is what I would call it, because it's honestly quite distracting. I believe that's part of our quote-unquote neural implant. Ooh, what's in here? Or it says a result of our neural implant that we received through the intro to the game, or through the tutorial. Not intro, no. It's a result of the plot of the game, not the intro. What am I thinking? Sorry, I didn't show the intro in the game. I actually watched it when this game was loading in a few minutes ago. And I have a weapon now. What do I do with it? Hang on. Squirrel moment, sorry. What do I... Is it space? No. E? No. Shift? Alt? Z? X? Oh, they moved the arrow keys down. So they moved WASD to SX, SXZC, or SZXC. I can't... Words. Okay, so here's their first mistake. They hid the controls. I'm pressing question mark as... Oh, shift question mark, which they did not indicate. Scooby, it's enough. Okay. Let's see here. I love the green. Scooby! Run forward is Shift S. Turn left, turn right is Shift A. Oh, fast turn left. That's cool. I bet you Shift arrow key does the same thing. Space is jump. Move into wall and jump to climb. I can climb walls? Nice. Crouch, lie prone. I can lie prone. That's neat. Now that's something you didn't see very often back in the day. Okay, so now that we've collected a bunch of stuff, I want to see if I can find my way out of this room. Is it click? Double click? Ah, there we go. So I do have to use the mouse occasionally, which is annoying. So maybe I'll move my hand over, which is weird. I'm using my left hand on the arrow keys now, and my right hand on the mouse. That's a very strange way of... Oh, enter, enter. Ah. Okay, it's a very strange way of navigating. Destroy camera to reduce security level. Gotcha. Okay, why are the lights flickering? That's annoying. Cool. Camera destroyed. Oh, hello. What are you, a copy machine gone rogue? Get out of here. Like R2D2's inbred cousin. I apologize, viewers, if there's like a better, quote-unquote, better way to navigate and do things in this game, but I'm honestly starting this off completely fresh and I have no idea what I'm doing. What is this? Beverage container? It's a pop can. Look at that. I can litter. How about that? I can litter in space. Now that is what I call innovation. Okay, so we've established that the controls are clunky. The graphics are, you know, not too bad, honestly. I gotta destroy this camera. Sorry. Getting distracted as I'm talking. Hoo-ya! Nope. Hoo-ya! Hoo-ya! How do I look up? Is it page? It's not page up, is it? No, it's not. I tried that already. Like I and O? No, is it P? Oh, it's pause. Go figure. Really, the one intuitive control they have is the pause button. Thank you. Oh, okay. All right. So I looked at the controls. It's R, F, and V, I think. So F is like centered up. V looks down. R looks up. Okay, cool. Got it. And okay, how are you supposed to like play this on hard mode with these controls being all bass-ackwards like this? Can I get through the door? Thank you. Double click to use keyboard panel. Keypad panel. I don't know. Today's the 29th, so we'll do 6 to 9. Double click to search human corpse. Well, that's just morbid. And not advisable at a funeral. Let's see. What's... Fragmentation grenade. There we go. Now we're getting some serious artillery. Come on. There we go. Double click to pick up SV23. What does that say? Dart gun? How do I get those stats off my screen? Page down. Oh! Is it end? Home? I don't know. This is back in the day when we didn't have quote-unquote standardized controls for games, which I'm sure you can tell is very frustrating. Let's see. Ah! Whoop, turn, rotate. There we go. Man, these are just clunky and awkward. It's as if I'm controlling a simulated baby deer that was simulated really poorly. It's like Bambi is drunk and is missing a leg. Alright, let's see what we can find out in our inventory, if we can do that. I don't know how to access the inventory either. It's not I, is it? No, it's not. I'll be king of the net. Even so, I just handled the most powerful AI in the system to... Handed? Oh, handed. Okay. I cannot read these words. I understand low resolution and all, but damn. Combo to the healing suite is 4-5. I bet you that's our combination. I bet you that's it. 1, 4, 5, 1. Aha! Oh, hello. Sir, are you aware that you're not wearing clothes? Or you're wearing a toga? Why wasn't I invited to this toga party? Bloop. Okay, and he shut the door in my face. That's rude. Ooh, what's this? Shiny thing. Bloop. More healing stuff. Cool. Yeah, I am progressing through this at the speed of molasses, and I apologize in advance. Where did that accent come from? I apologize. I apologize in advance. As I tab through my weapons. There we go. Anyways, as I was saying, I apologize for progressing through this so slowly. I'm sure some of you guys probably plowed through this when you played it back in the day. But these controls are just awkward, and it's not entirely that much fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's pretty, you know, it looks kind of neat. The space station aspect is cool. I've seen the remastered version. It does look pretty cool. And I understand they're coming out with a modern rendition of this, which would be fun to play. I'd love to do like a comparison series one day, like this versus the modern one. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, by the way. I don't know if you can tell as I'm wandering around aimlessly. There we go. I have to switch between mouse. I can't just hit like E or Q or spacebar or T. As far as I'm aware, like here, let's look through this together here. Where's the use button? Stand up, lie, prone, crouch, cool. Look up, like, F1, F5, let's select something or another. Let's see, here's the other controls. Fire weapon is enter. So can I use enter as, no I can't, because that swings my thing. That swings my pipe or fires my gun. Yeah, no, there's nothing else nothing to replace the use button, which is clicking on the door. You have to like use your mouse. It's like a point and click game combined with a first person shooter with a tiny bit of a role-playing aspect. Honestly, it sounds like a terrible design. Well, I shouldn't say sounds like, it is and looks that way. I can understand why they only sold 170,000 copies, I believe. It's just kind of like the cult classic. This is like the cult classic of, this is basically a cult classic of original first-person shooters. Because not too many people know of System Shock. They know about like Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, all the, major ones that basically blew up. In other words, the extremely mainstream titles. System Shock, not too many people have heard of. Although I did know a guy. Funny enough, I knew a coworker back in the day. Can I get a light over here? Is there no such thing as a flashlight? No? I guess not. I knew a coworker years ago who was such a big fan of this game, in fact, that's where I first heard of it myself, that he had a custom license plate that said... Ooh, STD group. Look at that. I have a disease and I've been assigned to a group as a result. That's not discriminating at all. Ow. Okay. Ow, ow, ow. They find your body and give it new life. Oh, good, so I'm not dead. As a cyborg, you will serve Shodan well. Well, that's nice. At least I get a job. See, there's no reason to be afraid of death. There's job security in the afterlife. Well, okay, that was kind of painful and slow, and painfully slow at the same time. So first of all, I do apologize for the tedious gameplay, but I mean, I had to check it out. I had to see what the big deal was about my one friend ranted about this game one day when I asked him about it. So I figured, if he didn't shut up about it, it must be pretty good, right? But evidently, everyone has their own taste, and that clearly shows here. So that being said, if you guys want to see more of this, let me know. I'd be more than happy to do more videos of this for you guys. I'm not going to pursue it myself. Regardless, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next week for more adventures in retro gaming.